Hey, it's your girl Gabrielle Marie. Welcome back to my channel. And if you have never been here before, welcome to my channel. And today we are finally getting to discuss this 2-week cruise situation. We went with Royal Caribbean's Adventure of the Seas, and this video in particular is going to be about the boat days as well as the travel day, and comparing the anxieties that I had, and now since I'm off of the birth control pill, how things probably weren't as bad as it was during that time. With that being said, let's go ahead and get all into the details of this cruise. So I'm going to break it down into parts of the cruise vacation and different situations and scenarios. So first, we're going to get started with the prep. During this time, it was late October, early November that we were going on this 2-week vacation, and at that time, you know, COVID was around, but it wasn't around, if you know what I'm saying. For this particular cruise, since it was more than 7 days, we had to get testing. So with that being said, it was very vague and very unclear on what tests we needed. I'm a planner and I like to cross every T, dot every I. So I went and did research everywhere and even called them multiple times to make sure we got the correct test, because the videos that I was seeing online kept saying, okay, it could be any test. And then others was like, don't get up there with just any test because they might turn you around. And then I would call and they'll be like, FDA approved, and then they'll say any test. So we already had tests at the house, so I was just gonna take that. But because they kept saying FDA approved, I'm like, okay, well, maybe we just need to go ahead and get a whole nother test and do that one. So that's what we did, but that made me anxious. I'm like, I don't want to spend extra money just getting a test that we already have and we don't even need that particular one. So I'm gonna just let y'all see how the anxiety of planning and the day of really had me like. So then turns out, y'all, we didn't even need the test. Like, she was looking at me, I'm like, oh, here's our test, all prepared, ready. And I'm like, okay, you good, we don't need to, as long as you filled out your questionnaire. I'm like, okay. Hindsight is 2020. Looking back, I could actually tell that the pill kind of affected me in that way. Whereas I'm already anxious, but it just heightened it. Like, why am I sitting here getting nervous and anxious and looking up all this stuff about a test? Just go get an FDA approval test and call it a day. There was no need for all the extraness. So that's when I really stepped back and was like, okay, yeah, this is different for me. I'm normally anxious, but I'm not like this anxious. I'm not anxious to be like just aggravated at the whole thing. So that was the first sign on this vacation or preparing for this vacation, that yeah, something's going on mentally with me and I'm just anxious the max. Next, the travel day. The main thing was we decided to travel the day of the cruise. I've never flew out of state in order to go on a cruise. I would just leave from our home terminal in New Orleans. All the videos that I looked at, again, I went to YouTube, watched the videos, and I already love watching cruise and vacation vlogs on YouTube. So I went and I was looking if anybody has ever done it in a day, and y'all, no videos showed up. None whatsoever. So that was like red flag already. Everybody always, when they're flying out, they get there the day before so that any mistakes that may happen, they're still safe. Mind you, at that time, a lot of the airlines were just canceling flights out of nowhere. Ours didn't get canceled, but we flew American and they kept changing our time. So we did an early one. We did a 5:30 flight, but it changed to 6 something, and then it changed to like 7 something. So I was already nervous about that, and I'm like, just don't cancel our flights. And then our connecting flight, we also had a connecting flight. We were wilding. For my anxiety, that's like a top tier no. Like, we need to be there the day before. I was like, okay, well, we'll see. I was looking up if we can actually do it in a day, get there the day before and make our ship, make the boat. And then I was looking up connecting flights, because at first our connecting flight was 30 minutes. So I was like, is that even possible? I started looking up the Charlotte airport to see how big it was, and wherever we would need to go, we can run, because it was 30 minutes. Every time I looked it up, they were like, 30 minutes is too short, don't go for it, choose something else. And I'm just like, ugh. Not only you gotta make sure one flight is on time, you got 2 of them that you gotta make sure don't get delayed or something happen. Now it gets to the travel day and we get to the airport. Our plane is there, but it delayed like 30-45 minutes because they needed to put oil in the plane. Our connecting flight actually got extended to like an hour or so. So I was okay at the airport. I just really wanted to be on the plane headed to Charlotte. That first flight was delayed probably 30-45 minutes for them to put oil, but the pilot apologized and he's like, okay, I'm gonna make sure y'all get to y'all connecting flights if y'all need to. So I'm gonna be, you know, booking it on this plane, in which he did, y'all. But the plane didn't feel bad. Like, it wasn't turbulence or anything like that, but we did make it there at a good time. And I'm like, okay, I see you. After that, we got off the plane, booked it to our connecting flight, and I was worried also at first if we needed to go and pick up our bags to bring it to the connecting flight. But then I realized when we got there, it had our ending destination, which was New Jersey, on it. So that was straight. We got to Charlotte, we were able to actually go to the bathroom by our gate and then get on the plane. And we got there perfect timing to where our number was called. So we were kind of like the last ones on the plane, but it was still perfect timing. As soon as I got there, y'all, I just woosah and I was happy. Like, that was my whole worry for the start of this vacation. Just don't miss the ship. We get to Jersey and getting the Uber and everything, that was really easy. As soon as we went to get our bags, I went to book an Uber and it was like 2 minutes out. So he was already circling the area. So we ended up getting in with him. It wouldn't be us if we didn't get a crazy Uber driver. Y'all, he was driving so crazy. Like, this is the craziest. And we've been some places. Nothing was on this dude. They had this huge hole in the road, y'all. I can't even say a bump. It was a hole. And I saw the sign that said bump. He was going like 70 miles per hour on, like, not even a highway. It was just a back road. He hit that bump, y'all. I just knew his car was gonna fall apart like Flintstone's car. It was crazy. He had a nice car. When he dropped us off, he kept apologizing. I'm like, no, it's fine. We just hope your car okay. Like, we good. We just hope your car all right. When we got there, everything was easy, everything was smooth. At first, they were saying on the website, you had to put the time you were gonna get there and make sure you're there that time because you couldn't get on the boat anytime earlier. We got there, everything changed, basically. So we didn't need the test, we didn't need the questionnaire, but we can also go right on the boat as soon as we got there. I was thinking maybe this cruise didn't have too many people on it. Lies. Y'all, the ship was packed. The ship was sold out. So we couldn't even get an upgrade. We wanted to get an upgrade. We ended up in our regular interior room, which we're not gonna do that no more. If we want ocean view, which we will, or a balcony, we just gonna book it and not try to get like an upgrade on the boat. So that was the travel day. It actually went well, so I'm happy about that because I was stressed. Okay, stressed. Now I'm gonna go into the boat days or ship days. If you guys have never been on a cruise, ship days are basically the days that the ship is moving, you're not at a port, and so all you have is all you have on the ship. Foods, the entertainment, and different things like that. So that's what a ship day is. So like I said, we went on the Royal Caribbean Adventure of the Seas, which is an older boat. So that is probably why I wouldn't do it again. I'm not gonna say never. Everything was outdated. They didn't have as much entertainment as I see the newer ships have. All we had was like certain shows, which were okay. There were 2 that stood out to me the most, which was some dealing with fashion, and it was an ice skating show, and one of their musical shows in the main theater. But other than that, I don't think we had any like comedy shows. They did have I don't know if it's called Love and Marriage, but they did have one of those shows, which that was hilarious. That was funny, so I did enjoy that too. The crew, they were amazing as far as the entertainment crew. We would go to some karaoke shows or game shows that they had and they put on in different venues of the ship. Those were hilarious and they actually made it really fun. So I do give them, I guess, out of 5 in the entertainment, I would say a 3, just because the crew made it really what it was. But as far as the types of variety, I wish they did have more. Arcade didn't have too much. That's pretty much about it. That's all you had for the boat days in order like what to do. So for that one reason, I probably wouldn't go on that ship again. And as far as the ice skating, you did have that, but it was only on certain days. Next, I'm going to get into the boat stops. I thoroughly enjoyed all the stops we made. It was a lot. Like I said, it was 2 weeks and we went to Haiti twice, Jamaica, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Cozumel, and Honduras. So we went to 7 stops, well, 6. It was supposed to be the Grand Cayman as well, but they had a hurricane or a tropical storm, so we ended up doing Haiti twice. All of the places that we went, I would actually go and stay again, like actually fly out there and go stay. It was a lot of history and it was a lot of just culture, and I just love that. So all the food, of course, was amazing. The people were amazing. So I would definitely go back to those places, like all of them. I love them all. Last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and get in on this food, which is a big one for me. So I know that we live in times where everybody can't have the same things. Like some foods you just can't eat or you can't season for that amount of people. So I do understand that, but I'm a Southern gal and I like my food seasoned. Now I can see if all the ships were on the same page, but y'all, this is the first ship that I have ever been on that food just wasn't hitting at all. Everything just seemed like, okay, y'all getting the last, like all the time, which is crazy to me, but that's just what it was. Like the only thing that was holding us together was the foods on the islands as well as Johnny Rockets. Now Johnny Rockets, it held us together. Them burgers was amazing, but I also feel like maybe that's why I'm not gonna judge too harshly, because I feel like maybe that's what they want you to do, like pay for a specialty restaurant. But I still feel like we paid for the cruise, so we should get some sort of food that's good as well. You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks on a ship with mid food is just, and that wasn't even from my pills talking. That was like the truth, for real. Me and babe were sitting there like, okay, I guess we're going to Johnny Rockets and pay for a burger, or we would go to just get the little pizza in one of those areas you can keep going to. One thing I also want to say is we should have got water, like bottled water, because the water on the boat tasted weird. Even lobster night, y'all. Normally lobster night be lit and it be so good. But I didn't really like it. Me or him, we didn't really like the lobster. So it is what it is. Now the drinks were amazing. We had the mudslide. That was my first time having a mudslide, and it was really good. I felt like a kid adult because it tasted like a root beer float or something, but it was a little alcohol, and it was really good. Another thing I would say about this ship is I wish they had pubs around the boat, but they didn't serve food. Like, when I'm not hungry, I want some little finger foods, like some wings or something. They didn't really have that. They only had drinks at their pubs. So it was more like a older ship, I feel like. Like we did have a lot of older people on there and they enjoyed their time and their drinks and everything like that. But I wanted food. Like, can I have some wings with my drink? Honestly, we kind of was in the room, which is why I'm like, maybe if we was in the ocean view, we would have been okay because we was in the room for most of the time on the ship days at least. But like I said, it's an older boat and I know that, well, older ship, and I know that they have newer ones now, so I'm pretty sure those are way better. It looks like they actually did everything that I'm saying I wish this ship was doing. They actually doing it over there. All in all, I will probably give this particular ship a 4 out of 10. I'm trying not to be harsh, but I'm also trying not to be fake. Like, in my opinion, I feel it was like a 4 out of 10. The only thing that I would say I enjoyed in this experience is the ports of call, which are the stops, as well as the crew. And that's about it. But yeah, that's my review on the Royal Caribbean Adventures of the Seas ship. Hopefully you guys stay tuned for the next few weeks videos, which I will be going through our ports. With that being said, please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment if you've been on the Adventure of the Seas or what royal boat you would recommend us taking, or any ship, honestly, because we love Carnival. We've been on Carnival. I've been on Norwegian. I like that one too. this was actually our first experience on Royal, and I think I honestly heightened it up so much in my head and didn't really consider the ship like I should have. So that part would be on me, but I'm just stating my experience from this ship. Make sure you hit that bell to be notified whenever I drop another video, and I guess I will see you guys in the next one when we make it to Labadee, Haiti, as well as Jamaica.